Hi, and welcome to our music education class. Together, let us explore and discover the beauty and importance of Niccolo Paganini's music. Are you excited? Let's begin! In this module, you will find different activities where you can learn and show your understanding of the basic concepts and principles of Western classical music. Before we begin, I want you to read each question carefully. Write the letter of the correct answer on the space provided before each number.
The correct answer is letter D. The correct answer is letter A. The correct answer is letter D. The correct answer is letter C. The correct answer is letter C.
Good job! Now, let us recall your past lesson in music. I want you to match the composer's name in column A to his composition in column B. Choose the correct answer and write it on the space provided before each number. You only have 30 seconds for this recap. Great work! Your memory surely did not fail you. Now, we can start our lesson. Are you ready? Let's talk about the music of Niccolo Paganini under the Romantic period. Some musicians, composers, and researchers around the world describe Romantic period as a cultural movement that stressed emotion, imagination, individualism, and freedom of expression. Nationalism is one of the main features of this era. This is evidently shown in some compositions made by Romantic composers, one of which is the Polonaise of Frédéric Chopin, a dance composition for piano which is famous in Poland until today. It was during the height of popularity of Ludwig van Beethoven, one of the great composers during the classical period, made a great distinction to change the phase of composing music by bridging the music from classical to Romantic era. The culture of extensive music education in Europe extends from the classical period and explored more in this era. Orchestra grows in number and became limitless. Composers explored instrumentation, and many compositions were inspired by emotions in addition to a musical theme. The music during this period used forms borrowed from classical music and made them bigger, longer songs, and more instruments. The themes they wrote in their compositions are mainly about nature, literature, history, and feelings. Now, let's talk about the famous composer of violin and string music, Niccolo Paganini. Nicola Paganini was born on October 27, 1782 in Genoa, Italy, in a family of 6 children. His musical skills started with playing the mandolin at the age of 5. He eventually transferred his training to the violin at the age of 7 with different renowned violin professors in Italy. His violin teachers could not keep up with the progress of his violin skills that he kept on transferring from one violin teacher to another and was therefore filled with all their influences. His compositions inspired a lot of composers such as Franz Liszt, Frédéric Chopin, and Robert Schumann, to name a few. Some works of Nikola Paganini are La Campanella, 24 Caprices for Solo Violin, Opus No. 1, Concerto No. 1 in E-flat, Opus No. 6, 15 Quartets for Guitar and Strings Trio, and the Carnival of Venice. For your activity, I want you to look for 5 familiar terms from the pool of letters below and write them down on the space provided. Answers can be in any order. You have 60 seconds for this activity.
Possible answers are nationalism, La Campanella, Paganini, violin and romantic music.
To wrap it up, I want you to enhance your oral ability and your imagination in listening to music. I want you to draw your own interpretation to one of the famous compositions of Nikola Paganini, La Campanella, in a piece of Oslo paper. Write a short description of the output at the back and take a picture of your output and forward it to your teacher. I also would like you to complete the unfinished sentences and place your answers in your journal log. For your post-test, I want you to read each statement below and write the correct answer needed. Write your answers in the space provided before the number. Please write legibly. You only have 20 seconds for each question.
The correct answer is letter B. The correct answer is letter B. The correct answer is letter C. The correct answer is letter D. The correct answer is letter D.
Wow! Good job! I hope next session you will do great as much as you did today. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something from our session today. See you next time. Goodbye!